I'm Real Generic Demon, and this is What's the Tape, Season 21, Volume 9. Yes, next week we get to see what you chose in the first volume of the whole thing. See what first episode. Yeah, to see whether you chose TNT or I keep wanting to sing it. TNT. But TNT or Live Ammo, basically. So those are the choices in the first volume. If you want to choose which particular game we're gonna play at the end on the last episode or last volume to go with the tape sort of thing. The last volume you're going to have to choose in that first volume. Anyway, this week I picked up this one. It's a Winfield Alpha Plus 60, two sides of 30 minutes. Side A mixed and side B is mixed, or side 2, whichever you want to call it. Side A, but notice it's A and A, by the way. I'm hoping it's not the same things on each side, but we'll give it a try. Now, there are sounds on this. Sorry, little cough. There are sounds on this, but I'm not sure that there aren't things that have been overwritten. We love stuff like this. This is completely random. There's no idea what we're going to find on here. This is just a pure mix of Spectrum goodness back in the day, like we used to do. So without further ado, let's get this very worn and very sort of sun bleached on one side, because it must have sat in the sun. Very sun bleached on one side. Tape into a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so we'll go down to our favourite, which is basic, and load it, or load speech marks. There we go, and we'll push the button and we'll see what happens. How are you this fine week? I'm feeling a lot better. I've had a lot of bits and pieces done on my back, and I'm feeling a lot better. That's the problem with being old, isn't it? The thing is, my mind's still like, I don't know, 12, 13 years old, but the rest of me is a lot older. It's true, it's a classic. It's Daley Thompson's. We can't beat him, but Daley Thompson's. There we go. Daley to begin with. I wasn't sure whether this one was going to load. Actually, I heard there's some weird noises on it later on. It's kind of like what a TARDIS grindy noises, and as you can see, that's already not going very well. That's not loading very well. There's a bit of grinding going on. We'll see what that happens. We'll see whether or not it loads or not. Anyway, been a lovely week. So busy, snowy and icy for us up north. If you live up north, you'll have probably had some of that, some snow and ice. At least one good snow day where there was several centimetres of the stuff on the ground. I say several centimetres. More like ooh, let's go Imperial. There was a good few inches of snow. Let's go back to a bit Imperial times and sort of the 80s where our parents were struggling with the idea of a metric, but yes, struggling with a bit of that, but yeah, it was a bit of snow, and then we had some nice cold evenings, and now we've of course got heading into the weekend, we're due some storms, because it's not good just enough to have snow, but we do need a bit of storm action to go with it all, so a little bit of that. I have to admit, I am a fan of Daley Thompson's Decathlon. I know a lot of people don't like it. I think. Do you think they overdid it? I mean, there was too many Daley Thompson's games or whatever else it is. Maybe that's what it was. It's actually quite nice that the band's still being discussed nowadays. But it was. There was the Olympics one, wasn't there? And there's a few others, and a few bits and pieces that were along the way. I've got a copy here. I've got a copy right beside me, so I am going to put that in. Save myself finding it on PlayZX. I literally got a copy here. I got the Hit Squad version. So I'll put that in. But yeah, Daley Thompson, just one of those games. But I think we overloaded with it. That plus the fact that you have to sort of mash your keyboard or mash your joystick to Kingdom Come. You must have seen there's a lovely little meme on the internet of sort of Daley Thompson's joystick smashing game. Joystick Crusher was what it used to be called. I mean, to be fair, it is a bit of a joystick crusher. Nowadays, I think it's funny. Thinking about this, think about nowadays, think about the joysticks of new. They're pads now, aren't they? They're not joysticks in the sense of what we had. They aren't a stick and a button. They're joy pads now, or pads. Maybe the wrong daily, but anyway, this is Dave Thompson Decathlon. This is the Hit Squad re-release that I've got happen to have here. But if you think about the joysticks and joypads nowadays, can you imagine suggesting to them that they must wiggle a joystick left or right, or push multiple buttons over and over and again? I think it wouldn't happen. I think people would be confused by the whole idea of the fact that there's some physical interaction with it. Not to say that Nintendo didn't manage that with the Wii. I mean, do you remember the Wii? And it was best selling, wasn't it? To old folks' homes especially. They had that Wii Fit board where you could step up and down on it with the controllers in your hand, and all the old people then became sprightly and were allowed to reapply for their original jobs and have their pensions removed by the current government, because of course they were now working and are fully employed. But that's what they did. So they basically sold every old folks home a Wii Fit, and made them match fit again, and sort of raised the age of pensionable age because of the Wii Fit. Thanks Nintendo for that. I'm not sure that's the case. I may have made that one up, but it's possible. It is possible. We are talking about this, particular government we got at the moment. They probably would do that if they could get away with it. Anyway, it's aside. Daley Thompson's. As I say, I don't think that the modern day gamer would really compute. The idea that it physically required some interaction to push those buttons fast enough to move your joystick left and right to equivalent to speed. I think it's far beyond them. Plus, Daly's got a most amazing moustache. A moustache is back. I know beards are back. Beards are big business nowadays. Beards. Everybody's got a beard, don't they? If you don't have a beard, you need a beard. You can grow one instantaneously. I didn't grow a beard until I was in my sort of late 40s. My beards were always rubbish before that, or attempts at it were rubbish. I was a bit stubble, but I couldn't grow the sort of stuff on my top lip, so I had like gaps and things like that. I don't know why. Top lip was just, but then I sort of got older and hairier, and all of a sudden it was fine. A beard was a possibility. Ever since I've grown it, I tell you what a difference. I watched a video of myself unboxing the C64 Maxi on the channel the other day, and I watched this thing, and I was I was laughing because it's like, I've got a double chin on that. I don't have a double chin anymore because I've since there, it's got to be 3 years now that I've been managing my calories and sort of looking after my sort of weight, just to sort of improve my sleep and other things. And what a difference! What a difference! I mean, I genuinely did lose weight while I was doing that. I wouldn't recommend the diet. I tried and used it briefly to do it. It does work. It's quite rapid. It's not good. I mean, you can look it up if you want. It's called the 5 and 2 diet. Basically, you do 500 calories for 2 days of the week, and it doesn't matter what days, and then the rest of the time you eat as normal, assuming normal isn't sort of crazy amounts of portions to make up for the fact that you've done 500 calories. It does work. You do lose weight. Those 2 days when you're on 500 calories are pretty hard going, because you really just need, all you want is protein and slow release stuff. So it's like nuts and fish and things like that. Other things with low sort of calories, but something that releases slowly. Otherwise it is you are pretty hungry the next day, as you eat. So you do feel a bit tired and a bit worn. Realistically, you do 500 calories. It's not really the way to go. If you look at the NHS does a weight loss diet. The easier way is to do something like, if the average for a man is 2,500, the average for a woman is 2,000 per day. Then realistically, there's an NHS version of it where you can do 1,900 calories a day as a man, and you will lose weight. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? It's a loss of 600 calories extra. That, by the way, that cough is just nothing other than the fact that I've just gabbed at you for at least 7 minutes solid. So I need to drink something because my throat's dry. I'm not ill anymore. Well, I've not got the... definitely all my symptoms of possible COVID have gone. So that's a nice thing. Oh, I've got coffee. I hope you've got a beverage. That's actually a really good cup of coffee. That's really good. I always laugh at myself. I always seem like I'm like drinking coffee. I'm like, oh, it's really good, and it's like the best coffee I've ever drank. Everyone is though. They're all good. There's very few that aren't. I think the only time I've ever had coffees that are bad is usually when you go and work. Well, you know, builders. They seem. I think they're immune to the possible tastes of poor coffee. You know, sort of cheap Nescafe. They seem to be okay with that. But I think they do tea, don't they? I think that's the thing. Anyway, quick drink of this, and we'll get a joystick in, and we'll give Daley Thompson's a good old smashing. I'll tell you why I'm disappointed, though. They missed the opportunity to give Daley a moustache, didn't they? The little character who plays Daley Thompson's and Decathlon there. He's missing a moustache. Look at the way his pants don't move either. His alarms go and his pants don't move. Just fixated by his pants now. His buttock doesn't even move either. His buttock's just like, you know, got robo legs, basically. Anyway, right, coffee. I'm now fixated on him running along the road there. Do you remember that years ago, 118? Those adverts where they had when they were changing the directory services over, and it was no longer a monopoly of BT, so you could have different directory services. So you had 118 and 118, which you dial, and they'd still charge you like £4,000 to connect you to something. But anyway, they'd find you the numbers. Those services don't really exist nowadays. I don't think we've got the internet. Everybody can Google it and stuff like that. That costs nothing apart from your data. Getting the cruiser down. Getting the cruiser joystick down. So, yeah, but 118 were those sort of 70s style guys in running around in those shorts. Those weird shorts they had back in the day. And nowadays we're all kind of different kinds of shorts, aren't we? I don't think we play those kind of shorts. I think they still do speedos though for things like sporting, you know, swimming events and all that kind of stuff. They do it in France, of course. They're big fan. They're very keen on them. Turn of the century, they decided that was the legal requirement, just for cleanliness. Apparently, it's cleanliness. Apparently, a man is clearly cleaner in a pair of speedos than he is in a pair of sort of boxer style ones or whatever else it is, or shorts. I'm not sure how that works, but the French will probably tell you. On your marks, get set, get set. I'm waggle my joystick. Good cruiser joystick, one of my favourite joysticks. See, can I get a bit of speed up here? Oh, nothing like a bit of breath to start it all off. Lovely. Did we get the world record? I have 11 points. I could probably have run that myself that fast as a kid. I could do the 200 metres in about 15 seconds or something like that. Or 15 or 16. It's more like 16 probably. No, I couldn't. There was no way I could do it that fast. I'm just thinking about the math of that. No, there's no way I could have done. I did it slower than that, definitely. It felt fast at the time. Oh, and I love the man who just walks along with his back like that, measuring it. Did I make it? What was I meant to make? I was just short. I was just shy. There we go. We're up. That's definitely made it this time round. Yeah, there we go. 7 metres. Beautiful. Oh, you got the record as well. Beaten Pod or Pad. Love this game. It's so simple. It's a second day with different events on the other side. There we go. We're up. I got to get the angle. 36 degrees. Still got to beat it. Only just. Wasn't quite as good as the other one. Needed to do about 40 degrees, I think. That's a perfect angle for it. Next game. Shot put. Get run and throw again, basically. And get an angle on it when we do it. 43 degrees. It's beautiful. It's up. It's down. What do we have to beat to do it? Qualifying 15 metres. We've qualified already. It's beautiful. Bit of work. 45 degrees. Is that a bit more? Has that got the angle for a bit more height and length? 22. Beautiful. Beautiful. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 44. It's up. She's got distance. She's 20 metres. So it's actually, you want to be around about 50 degrees, I think, to get the optimal on that. High jump. I've got 3 athletes left. You basically lose athletes as you go along. Nothing a bit wrong with Daley Thompson's. It was nice to see a few new games recently, though. We've definitely had a few different games in the 55 degrees. Boom! I jumped a bit early, I think. I got a bit excited. I saw the jumping bit. Come on, that's it. Get running. Oh, foot on it again. What's the angle you've got to go with that? Is it like 90 degrees I've got to go? It's exhausting. Oh, you got to push the button twice. There's a second time. Ah, right. Okay, I'm never with that one. 400 metres. Oh, I'm going to be exhausted by doing this because you've got like an energy endurance one, this one. If I remember rightly. Yeah, you got to keep. This is an endurance race. This one, so I've got to keep going until I've ran the whole thing. That's about a metre. It's the longest 40 seconds of my life. This. Oh my god, it's exhausting. Oh, waggling my joystick. It's the hardest part. Oh, it's getting hard. Creating my own jokes here. Come on, joystick! Come on. Oh, beat it. I've just beat it. God, that's exhausting. Oh, look at me thrusting my arms in the air with I've just been waggle my joystick for 40 seconds. It's exhausting. I'm top of the ranks. Yay! And then you get to do it again. It just goes around a little loop. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Sorry, slightly out of tune there. More coffee. I'm in a good mood, you know. I'm feeling my back's starting to feel a lot better. You know, I've had my back problems, but it's starting to feel a bit better. But the thing is that it'll take months really, but at least it's better than it was. So let's carry on. Let's see if we can find something else to play. I'll just fast forward that tape and pop it back in its pop it back in its case for later. We'll get that hit squad out later. That hit squad is so well used. I reckon that's the one that. It's a good job it's handy. I think that's the reason why I've got it handy. Is just in case it turns up and we need that one for an episode of What's on the Tape. Okay, let's have a little look and see what we're doing here. So if we go down to basic and we'll do load it again. Or load speech marks. Do we need to fast forward this? I think we need to fast forward this a bit and see if we can find something else. That's Daley Thompson. Daley Thompson, decathlon. That's Daley Thompson. That's Daley Thompson. It's amazing. It's amazing that I can actually recognise some of these things. Wonderful. I love doing this kind of stuff. It's great fun. It really is. I really enjoy playing tapes. Seeing what's on them. I do like it. We have proper mysteries though. I do like mystery tapes. It you know something though. I should some point I should do a blooming spreadsheet of or something similar of how often things come up. What's the most common and most sort of most loved or most special versioned is out there because I think there's more. I think there's more variety than you think there is. But I mean we know the ones, you know, Manic Miners, Jet Set Willies. Strangely, Trashman. Trashman is often a game that appears. Trashman, Daley Thompson's. Let me think. What else? Monty Mole. Chucky Egg less than I would think. I would like to think the Chucky Egg is more frequently on there, but it's not. What else? There's a lot of things that could be there. day 2 of Daley Thompson. So we'll see if this loads. We'll see if it loads. A little further on the tape. You never know. It's always odd. I always find it odd when I look at these tapes when I pick them up because they're often not rewound. Personally, as a kid who used to always rewind my tapes, I found it very frustrating that they're not rewound, even when you buy them from people, sellers and things like that, and you get the tape and it's like halfway through the thing. I think to myself, do you know what, that can't be good for it sitting in that scenario for so long. It probably isn't any worse than it sitting on the sort of tapey little bit of it, but the point is, it's just in my mind, it kind of strikes me that I would rather it was, I guess, day 2 must be on the other side of that tape for me. So let's pop this out. Got the Daley Thompson down from top. Let's have day 2. I must have day 2 on the other side. Day 1. Day 2. Let's load day 2 then. There we go. Load day 2. So it kind of annoys me that they're left in the centre, simply because you can also see the dust and nasties that have landed on that side of the tape. Now that doesn't just affect one side of the tape; it says both of the sides of the tape. It goes to the way you flip it over. So it's one of my personal pet gripes, I think, with tapes, even the ones that are special ones. This one was sort of left at the position where we were there, where that crashed out. Sort of left, sort of at that position, and I don't know. Just me in my head, it's like why didn't you just rewind it? Or maybe it was left in a tape drive and somebody just pulled it out. I guess we were all kids at the time, and that's the thing. This is my bit of OCD maybe as a child, that I had to rewind the tapes. It's like there's a movie, isn't there? A whole movie based on it called, I think, with Jack Black, isn't it? Jack Black and that other actor, can't remember his name. Called Be Kind Rewind. It's all about a video store where people, because they used to charge, didn't they? Remember, if you went, certainly in the US anyway, that they would charge if you didn't rewind it. They charged like a few cents because they had to put it in to rewind that whole thing. I can kind of understand that. I can kind of understand that they were charged to rewind it. And I'm not sure that leaving it at the place where it was and then putting it back in the box is quite good, because I'm assuming you get marks and damage on the videotape. Possibly. It's very speculative from me here, but I definitely prefer it that way. Especially as what happens with some of these tapes is I've found mould on tapes because they've been left in cold, damp places, which is obvious. But I found mould on tapes and things like that. So, and you find it on the sort of pad and other things inside. Things grow on things. They've been in our world. They've not been freshly minted from if you mint them, press them. Would that be the word for? I mean, records would be pressed, wouldn't they? Freshly pressed. But if it's tape, I'm not sure what you do with tape. Is it freshly? I don't know. Anyway, but if they've been in our world and they've been used and whatever else it is, and somebody's picked it up, and there's all kinds in the air and your house and whatever else, it's of course at some point maybe get mould on these things. So, pet hate. I can't believe I've just discussed my pet hate for about 3 minutes. So. It just annoys me. And of course, we're through January at the moment. We're probably on day 200 since we were last paid. It's the thing, isn't it? I quite like the idea that businesses are nice before Christmas to give people their pay early, but of course then we have to spend the next 6 weeks waiting for our next paycheck because we spend it all at Christmas, which is what they wanted us to do anyway, and it does help, to be honest with you. The economy was like, yes, they've got their pay, let's show them stuff they don't need. So it shows us stuff we don't need, and we buy those kind of things. It's funny, our house, we watch quite a lot of YouTube, surprisingly. You'd be surprised, I'm on YouTube and I watch a lot of YouTube, I'm rubbish at commenting on stuff, so if I watch your stuff, I definitely watch it, just don't necessarily comment. I don't have time with work and actually doing 17 blooming videos a week, because I do about 5 a week, don't I? So with all of that put into the thing, so sometimes don't comment. But anyway, but the one that's getting us at the moment is they've got 5 seconds, haven't they, before you can skip, and everybody's like waiting on the button to skip straight away. I'm going to skip. It's 5 seconds. I'm going to skip. Skip. I mean, it's a 5-second advert, people. You know, we used to get longer on the on the normal telly. In fact, we still do. It's like 30 seconds on there, isn't it, per advert? And it's up to a minute and a bit. So I think your best bet with that was to pause live telly, and they could at least skip through all your adverts most of the time. Anyway, so you're waiting on skip, but the advert that keeps coming up for us is and I'm not even going to say what it is. If you know what it is, put it in the comments below. But let's just say it's got a dog on a snowboard with a pair of glasses on, and the advert goes doo doo or ooh ooh. You'll know the one I mean. If you hear it, you'll be like. In fact, I suspect that you probably got one at the beginning of this when it went ooh ooh as well. So, but in our house we now shout ooh ooh at all of ourselves and each other. It's quite funny, realistically. Somebody starts it and then we all do it through the house. It's like that those days at the Budweiser where it's like what's up. You remember that? And if you shouted what's up, you're awesome. High five. If you also went doo as well, you know where I'm at. But yeah, that was like, it's kind of like that because it's repeated so many times. It's now like burnt into our brains. The adverts of old, remember the adverts of old? I used to love the Hamlet adverts before cigarettes and whatever else. I mean, they were bad for you. I still can't believe they exist nowadays. I really do, actually. I mean, I've never smoked as a kid growing up. I have smoked, but I didn't smoke. If that makes sense. Never became a hobby or a habit. But I'm quite surprised it still exists. But Hamlet back then used to make some brilliant adverts, didn't they? With that guy I can't remember his name, with used to be bald with the sort of streak of hair that went over the top. Some really good adverts back in the day, didn't they? They certainly did. Anyway, coffee before we start another exhausting joystick waggling session. I should have lubed up first, shouldn't I? Anyway. All right, joystick is in hand. Let us begin. Just don't take any of this out of context, all right? I'm just waggling my joystick. Right. There we go. Okay. Hurdling with my joystick. Day 2 just is such a pain for some of these things. Come on your marks. Get set. Go. All right. Look at my speed. I'm just hurdling too soon. I've got one. I'm going to run through them all because I'm rubbish. Have I got over one? I think I've got over one. All the rest I've just smashed into. 2. Have I done it? I did it in the time scale. That's unbelievable. I basically hurdled twice and kicked the rest down with my leg. Wow. I always worry about hurdles that are a bit like rakes. You stand on it and it smacks you in the face. I suppose if you catch the back bit with your foot, just deadly hurdles. Pole vault. Oh, here we go. I don't even know where I'm going with this. Too soon. Fouled myself. I've literally just stabbed myself in the face with a. Do you know it looks such a dangerous sport, pole vault now. Oh, I've got to hold on until it throws me over. Right, okay. I've got to hold the button down until it throws me over. So I've got to ping myself. And now my pole vaulting thing's gone. I fouled. I'm not surprised. I had no bloody stick anymore, whatever the thing's called. Lost another athlete. Discuss. I'd like to discuss my inability to throw the blooming thing. And I've just thrown it over the edge there. This is really good. I'm doing well. Foul. Oh, I think I might actually have done that. Yeah, I did. I managed that. Wow. Quite to my surprise. I thought I'd thrown that the wrong direction. I've thrown that definitely the wrong direction, pushed the button and threw it in the wall. But still passed. Javelin. Did we do that? No, it was shot put, wasn't it, in the previous one? Shot put. Now it's javelin. More sticks. More dangerous sticks. Don't trust me with them. 45 degrees. It's gonna. Hopefully, it'll go off the top of the screen. I like it when it goes off the top of the screen. It keeps going. Look right through the scoreboard. This is awesome. Look at this. Into the scoreboard, through the scoreboard, onto the top of the scoreboard like a ceiling, and then down we go. I have literally crushed that score. Look at that. 85.4 meters. 84.9 meters. 92 meters. I have smashed that. I'm the best javeliner, if that's what I think. 46 degrees. Let's see if this is even better. I was going really fast as well. I was running really fast. Here we go. Up to the top. Keep going. Oh, yeah. Wow, 90 meters. I am awesome. I don't know what the world record is. I might have beaten it now. I'm now the world record holding javeliner. Oh, look at the speed. 49 degrees. Brace yourselves. It's going to be a big one. I'm off the screen. It's off the screen. It's so high. It's off the screen. It went off the screen there. Over 100 metres, please. Right, nobody's beaten that. That's the world record right there. That's the one. I am the best. We can just quit now. Just I am the best. I am the best at Daley Thompson's decathlon, apart from hurdles, discus, a pole vault, and anything else. Right, okay, this is the one where... that's right, you put the energy up on this one, but you that's right, this is the one where you've got to manage your energy. So this is not a waggler. This is a manage your energy job. So I'm into my super energy here, look. He's just starting to lose some energy now, but we are at the... We're losing a bit of energy, but... This is a manage your energy job. Just let his energy go back there. But for the last 200 metres, we'll smash it. We're just managing our energy, look. There we go. We'll pop it up. That's almost a perfect point, I think. We'll just redo that. And then, for the last few seconds of it, we'll absolutely smash this. So the last 500 metres, we'll just smash the speed. We're up to 1,000 nearly at the bottom of the screen. We'll kill it in a minute. That's the one. Full tilt. Oh no, the power's going so badly. No, I didn't want to do that. Didn't realise it was going to go that bad. That fast. We need to save that for the last 50 metres. Come on. There we go. We're slowing down. Last 50 metres. You can't believe how fast I'm going here. Come on. Energy's naturally going down because we're going fast here. Don't want to exhaust myself. We're almost up to the last 10 metres. We're running it. Did we do it in the time? Yeah, well and truly. That was cool. Easy enough. That's actually one of the easiest ones. There's no waggling involved in that one. That's autopilot. You let the machine take control on that one. Haha. Let's sit back and enjoy the ride on that one. Anyway, no more innuendo. Right. Behave yourselves, alright? You're just a bad influence on me. Right, let's go. Let's see what else we've got. Right. What we got here? Set up in my back room. just while this was ongoing, just so you had something to play with, I've set up my arcade sort of joystick thing. I've got this one of these ones. You can buy them from sort of eBay and Amazon, all this kind of stuff. These multi joystick things. I got them in the day when I think they were probably better quality and less sort of rushed. So I've got this sort of thing from a number of years ago, and it's like 2 joysticks, proper arcade joysticks and buttons, and 1,000 games on it. The legality of which I'm not sure; it's a slightly grey area. But it's one of them Pandora ones, so it was like an 5S, which is the sort of Pandora's box, I think they're called. Board in it. It's just basically a Raspberry Pi or something similar, running these arcade games. But I've set it up in the back room with a proper 4x3 TV, so my lad can play it like the old days when we used to play Pac-Man and things. And he's completely bogged off. You'd think he'd be interested, but he's not. He's gone. He's decided that it's time. It's obviously a teenage boy's time to head back to sleep. So he's gone back to bed. That's the last place I saw him, was in his bed, sleeping. To be young. To be fair, though, I'm pretty good at sleeping nowadays as an older man. I find myself... I found the ability to hibernate is actually a thing. Telly's on, I'm asleep. Get a bit bored, I'm asleep. I'm very good at it. To be fair, I had a lovely night's sleep last night. It was one of my best ones for a long time. I was just out cold for ages. Oh, here we go. For a minute there, I was wondering. Hear that? That's been an overwritten tape. Because it went straight into something, right? This is going to get upset if I don't break and do new. And then do a low dit. It'll get upset. So let's fast forward. I like these kind of tapes. These are where people have overwritten them with, or there'll be something better. These are kind of good, these tapes. Let's see if we can find out what it is. No, it's definitely overwritten for something better. Being Daley Thompson's Decathlon. So we can fast forward through this and find out what it is. We're not very far through the tape, actually. It's 30 minutes each side. I decided to give you a nice long episode. I hope you don't mind. In the mood for a long episode. Not done one for a while. Plus, I'm feeling, as I say, significantly better. It's nothing better than feeling better. At least, the one thing about starting the new year feeling rotten is that at least you can get better. There is a beauty to it. Hopefully you can. You can get over your cough or your bad back or whatever else it is. It's quite nice that you could head into the new year from feeling not very well to feeling great. Yay! None of that new me, new you. Oh, that was a beep there. That was cool. Oh. Come on, you're gonna work. Put in the other tape drive if we have to. No, that's not good. Right, put in the other tape drive for a bit of extra sound. Very good signal on that one. Quite surprised that didn't work, actually. Push that play button. There's a louder. Come on. Colossus. Colossal. Never heard of it. But it's there. Colossal. Ooh. Come on. There we go. A little bit more every time. Get a little bit more. A little bit more every time. Let's do a little bit loading. It's looking better every single time. Just a little bit more. Just tickle it a bit. Give it a little rub. Come on, think positive thoughts here. It's definitely a game name I can search for though if we need to on yeah, okay. So we aren't going to get that from there. So let's get my where's my get my phone. We'll get PlayZX on. So details in the description below if you need to use PlayZX. PlayZX, great way to load Spectrum games as long as you've got all these sort of tape adapters, to a sort of a headphone jack. Great way to sort of play games, load them like you were used to. I always like. I've got to admit, I think loading them is part of the fun. Skipping the whole process isn't so much. You can do it, but right, search done. Oh, it's not coming up with anything. That's not good. Searching now. I'm searching. Oh my god. Colossal. No. I'm gonna quickly Google and see if there's a Spectrum game that comes up under that name, because I think that this is where we need to have a little. We need to see if we can find it. I think it might be something else, but we need to kind of search for it. So. Oh, there is something called Colossal Cave. It was a adventure game written in Quill. Colossal Cave, 1985. I suspect that's probably it. It's not on this. It's not on here. It's not. Anubis Software it was. Yeah, I can't get the file there, unfortunately. Well, we'll just have to keep going on. But yeah, it looks... Oh, it appeared on the Commodore 64 as well, it seems. So, there we go. Very exciting. We always wanted to know that. So, we're going to have to move on. It's a story about... Let's have a little look. If it is the one that we're talking about. What's the overview? It's an adventure. There we go. That's lovely. You're looking in a colossal cave. I'm done. Yeah, it's a colossal cave, and it's not going to load, unfortunately. It looked really good, though. It looked like it wanted to, though. Did it look like it wanted to? Don't we list anything there? No, can't list anything there. New. Give it one more blast and see if it will work, but I don't know if it will. Let's give it one more try. Colossal Cave, a Quill game. Colossal. No, it's not having it, is it? It's not having it. Right, okay, let's do it. Let's do a load it and see what else we can find on this tape. Let's fast forward it a bit. See what else is on here. What did you think of Text Adventures back in the day? I kind of want to say I loved them, but I hated them at the same time. I think it was the fact that they weren't always as logical as you think they are. Mind you saying that, have you ever played Secret of Monkey Island? Blummin' heck, some of the puzzles in there were proper difficult. But it was a puzzle game, and I suppose that's what Text Adventures were, weren't they, at the end of the day? You know, combine this with this. Makes a helium balloon that allows you to fly over the mountains or something. Yeah, I never really... I want to say I loved them. I mean, I remember getting Sinbad on from the Mastertronic one. Sinbad and the Golden Fleece or something, or Golden Ship or something. Can't remember the exact title. It was a two-parter. You had to finish the first part to get to the second part. We're not getting anything out of that. Let's rewind that a touch. Let's pop it in the other player and see if we can get something better out. And I remember sort of liking that, but getting absolutely nowhere on it, and loading it on a regular basis and getting nowhere on it. It's a bit like Hexagon Museum, which was the game that I really wanted from the double play cassettes. The one that got shipped to me from the US. Somebody bought it in the US because it was there, and then brought it back to the UK, and then shipped it to me. It was absolutely fantastic, that. And it's been a while since I've looked at those, but they're there. There's only 12 for the double plays, actually. A very relatively simple one to collect in theory. No, it's not. It's not happening. One of these tapes where I just had a feeling about some of these. Boop. No. No, we're not going to know what that one is, I'm afraid. I think that one's also not going to play. This tape wasn't in the best of shape when I found it. It was all right. Wasn't really brilliant. Oh, there's another one now. Oh no, it's just the same one. Let's see what we can find. I listened to some of this further on and it wasn't very good, but there is 2 sides to this tape, so we're going to go for the whole lot. Just for you. Just because I like you. Like you all. Thank you very much, by the way. So many people who have followed me from season 1 of this all the way through. You know, I do appreciate that. Not going to know from what it is from here. It's half tempted to see what would pop up there. See what this is? Nope. Nope. Not working. Yeah, so many lovely people have followed me from the beginning of this sort of journey from what was originally just a 10-minute show where I literally tried the things on the tape and said, can anything load on it, and nothing loaded, and I sort of discarded the tape in anger, but then to the point where we sort of started trying to load as much as we could. And then moving on to sort of, if that didn't load, then I would try and find it on Play ZX, and then eventually, to the point where we have a little bit of a compilation at the end of it all. That's 21 seasons. We're about to Midnight Resistance, I'm assuming. No, not Midnight Resistance. Lords of Midnight. I'm thinking it's Lords of Midnight. We'll find out in a second. Oh! Can we list anything? No. Nothing that we can see. Right, okay, let's do a new. I would like something to load off it. It's not loaded so far. I've had to sort of go back to other stuff. I'm looking upwards to see if I've got a copy of Lords of Midnight. I do have a copy of Lords of Midnight. This is a game that is now available and been recreated by the original creator. Available on GOG.com. If you go there, they've got Lords of Midnight. Lords of Midnight? Or is it Midnight? Oh, I can't remember what it's called. You know what I mean, though. Basically, though, both of those games he's recreated for the PC, and you can play them on the PC. I'm gonna find it now. I'm gonna find it on here. Let's see what we got. This is a hard game without the template, though, because there's a template for the keyboard. It's kind of an action adventure at the same time as. If I search for the word midnight, what's it going to come with? Yeah, come out with what was it called? Something midnight. It's not going to be that one though. Oh, what was it called? Ow. Midnight. I'm going to have to Google it quickly. Midnight something or other. Oh, it's Lords of Midnight. Yeah, it is the Lords of Midnight. Right, okay, the Lords of Midnight. It is. Hang on, let's find that. I don't know why I'm confusing myself. Isn't there's one called Loads of Midnight, isn't there? It's like a parody of it. It's the developer did, as I say, has re-released it. Apparently it's on Android, iOS as well. So you can get it on your phone, which is kind of awesome that he re-released it that way. And it's free. Lords of Midnight. There is an editor. My God. Right. Stop putting stars on it and just push the button to load it. Right. Press play. Done. Yeah, this is one of these ones. The Beyond games, when they started putting them in the boxes, are just I mean, there's only one way to describe it. They're sexy. They're sexy. The boxes are sexy. They are good. It's a bit like Quest Pro, but it's ones with the Marvel stuff in it, where it actually came with a comic as well. They're really quite sexy, realistically. I do like the boxes. Problem with the boxes, of course, is over time, like any other box, they've got worn, torn, broken, and other things. So, but yeah, Mike Singleton, this gentleman here, he has created Lords of Midnight on those various other devices, on Windows as well. So you can download it, as I say, GOG.com. You can find it on there. They have, by the way, if you do decide to go there, and I think it's one worth supporting. If you don't want to support Epic, I can kind of understand that. If you want to, you're probably on Steam anyway because you got lots of free stuff. And let's be honest, Valve don't care, but they do, but they don't. They're the strangest company in the world. They just really don't care. But you've got Valve. But if you want to support a company that's supporting older software, well, it's called GOG or Good Old Games, or GOG as I like to call it. GOG, Good Old Games, are supporting making sure that the old stuff that we used to play on our PCs is still there. And in this case, this game by Mike Singleton there is there and available for you to download. There's a whole bunch of games actually on there that are perfectly serviceable, playable, free, old. You will remember them if you're old like me and Crumbly. You'll remember them. I played a lot of games back in the day. There are so many games going missing. There was an article recently, I don't know how true it was, suggesting that nearly 70% of all retro games are now being lost to time. Not sure I agree with that figure, considering I am a retro gamer, and I think if I wanted to look for a selection of games from a certain era, I mean, they were talking about the PS2 era here. Really? I can't imagine that. I think we've all been collecting a bit. I would like to think that they are getting lost. There are missing in action games being found for the Spectrum to this day. I've not seen one recently, but they are to this day being found. So the Spectrum is not exactly, and there obviously are databases like Spectrum Computing and the World of Spectrum that hold these vast databases of all these programs and whatever else it is. There are places who hold all the Nintendo catalogs. They're there. The problem with developers, for the most part, and this includes people like Nintendo and other people, is that they do tend to. I mean, if a game doesn't make it to development, out of development, they tend to just let these things sort of disappear and get lost in time. If it wasn't for the hobbyist or the archivist that's out there, collecting these things, they'd probably disappear to time. A lot of these things, I don't think Nintendo could look back at its own back catalogue if it hadn't have been built by or held by sort of the people outside, that had converted them over. They probably thought that they would never need that code again, or they wouldn't want to. I think there was a naivety about the things. I'm sure they do now, but I think it's a naivety about the code back then that they wouldn't want those kind of things. When it comes to archivalists, the one that has for me, and honestly because I saw the TV program on it, was legendarily amazing for their own archival stuff. It's Lego. Lego they keep literally a copy of everything they produce in an archive. They've got a huge archive, so you can go back in time to the original sort of Moonbase one that they opened or whatever else it is. They literally have an archive with every single one that they created in it. I guess as a reference tool as well, but they keep one of everything, so they have at least one copy so that they've got it. So I mean, I'm sure they do it all computerized as well nowadays, but at the same time, the original product itself is still there, just in case they need to reference it for any reason. I remember watching a program on it. I was quite impressed that they did that. Some of the most expensive ones, because they do limited runs. Does Lego? That's one of their clever. It's their clever nod to the collector, and that's the thing. We are collectors. I mean, there is obviously. I mean, you'll have seen the news recently that Game is no longer doing trading games. Going to focus, I think, more on toys and other things like that. Maybe merchandising from your favourite games, But of course the whole idea of physical media is starting to fizzle away, which is why I will say, and I'll say again, and I've recommended it many times, is the reason why the Evercade is your friend. They want to do curated collections of games, and it's preservation, people's. No matter how much they are, a bit like Nintendo at this point, it's effectively a USB stick on a cartridge, but it's still preservation at the end of the day. It's preservation, it's curated collections, it's games that you might be having that really expensive now to buy, but are on the Evercade because they are, and sort of £20 a pop for a cartridge now. I think they used to be 15, they're now 20. We'll blame cost of living, even though it's just bullshit. Well, it's not their fault in the case of Evercade. I think they've got delivery costs and all this kind of stuff. They're the same as everybody else. They're getting hit by these things. They're £18 I think now to us, £17.99. But anyway, I would still recommend that's a decent future, because first off, it appeals to collecting. You can collect the arcade range. You can collect the home computer range. You can collect the Evercade range yourself. I would suggest that we are in a situation where we've got something good there. Anyway, the Luxor the Moon Prince. Luxor the Moon stands on the top of the tower of the moon, looking southeast to the Downs. Standing on the tower, looking west at the Downs. The tower. There's buttons to be pressed. Shadows. There's a lot of buttons here. The thing about this is blooming brilliant graphics. The graphics are fantastic. The wolves are... He thinks again. Look how great that graphic looks. That's really cool. The wolves are abroad and he must fight or hide. 4 hours of the day remain and Luxor is utterly invigorated. The ice fear is very mild. Luxor is utterly bold. With his ring. He thinks again. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, right. Fight the wolves. He slew the wolves. 4 hours of the day remain. I am a beast. One seek. Found nothing. You. The night's fallen. The fowl are abroad. 1 day passes. I don't know what it's got a lot of buttons. The thing about it is, one of these things, it's got a bit of legend to it, it's got a bit of story to it, it's well worth looking at. If you want it, as I say, the beauty of the modern day is we've got a lot of options for these things, and as I say, people who are collectors and wish to have a curated collection, again, Evercade. Hey, maybe they should be paying for my coffee. Yes, Evercade, play for my coffee. I was invited to appear on a podcast recently, or again, what are they called? Oh, I can't remember. I want to say something like "In It for the Money," but he isn't. Basically, though, he wanted me to appear on a podcast again with him about the Duke Nukem collection that had been released recently on the Evercade, and I bought the whole console and everything that went with it, the Atomic Edition, with the two original Duke Nukem 1 and 2, which you probably don't realise, and it depends if you're around at the time, were actually platformers. I was quite into them at the time. I remember being quite into them. It's quite like, yeah, these are the ones. Sort of the great games. And then, of course, they did Duke 3D. Duke Nukem 3D. Amazing that was. Used to play that, and this goes back. via a null modem cable. So basically, you pretended you had a modem and connected to your friend's computer. It was like a specialised crossover cable. It was like, and we're talking whole 56 baud here, so it was really slow. Like 56 is like 5K. Imagine that, 5K. Like you had, nowadays we've got people have got gigabit in the home and all kinds of exciting things appearing. Lots and lots of broadband all over the place. But I used to connect that way. See how I used to play Strike Eagle as well with my friend. We had two PCs and we used to do null modem cable between the two. I used to play a game called Conquest, which I haven't found since. It's a pretty good sort of board game stroke. It's going to be match of the day, isn't it? Match of the day. We're running short of tape here, but we've got the other side to look at, so let's try that again. Try it again. It's not playing now. Give it longer at it. Lots of match day stuff. I hadn't realised how much football there was actually out there for the Spectrum. There was a lot of football games back in the day. We did play a lot of football games. I think there's probably still a lot of football games. Everybody just thinks of the big ones, and I see, and did you see the typical news as well? Electronic Arts, if you're a football fan, takes its football club game, as it's called, Football Club FC now, instead of FIFA, because they couldn't afford the name, or didn't want to pay for it, one of the two. They've taken that and reduced it by 70%. So all those people who spent any money on it in the first place are now really, really, really unhappy about it. And I don't blame them. I would be pretty unhappy as well if I'd spent if I'd sort of spent £60 or £70 on a game and then they come and reduce it by so much. It's so early on, that is. It's only been out for a little while. Typically. Still drinking that coffee. It's a bit cool now. Could do with another one. Oh, brilliant. Just loading the screen and it's crashed out. Let's rewind that. Let's see if it'll work. Let's do new. Got very nasal all of a sudden. Very nasal. Very, very nasal. What the heck? Don't need that. Let's go back. GA10 screen. GA10 screen? Who's GA10 screen? Come on then. There we go. Match. I think it's definitely match of the day. Some regulars for the whole thing. I wonder who picked the palette for the Spectrum. Do you think it was very sort of technical rather than the as I say, the Commodore's got history of this. The developers spent a lot of time creating the perfect palette. Yeah, I actually think the palette on the Commodore 16 is way better. Oh, it's Match Point. Wow, that's much better. Brilliant. That's great news. That's something different. I was hoping it wasn't football. The palette on the Commodore 16 and the VIC-20 are so much better. They're so much more arcadey for the time. They're so much sharper with the way they do it. I love the fact that Scion was into gaming at the time. It just makes you. It makes me. It's just so weird, though. You know how companies make such weird decisions on the whole things. It seems that I was looking at some silly stats on things at the moment, and it's now Microsoft again is the most profitable company in the world again. They make this for me was actually quite a surprise, because when I think about Microsoft. I remember a stat years ago, and they basically made they made about 40 billion a year. That's a huge sum of money. But those were seen to be flat profits because they weren't making growth because all they were doing is selling the same stuff over and over again. So you make 40 billion a year, but you want to make more than 40 billion a year because of the shareholders, of course. But it's safe stock because at the end of the day, it makes 40 billion a year. And recently they've come out and they're now the most profitable company in the world again. They make 40 billion a year. And I've probably been quoting 40 billion a year for the last 15, 20 years. So that means if they're making 40 billion a year and they're now the most profitable, it means everybody else's profits have gone down. Significantly so, for a start off. Or their overheads are lower. And I think that's the one thing as well. Microsoft are spending less money on certain things nowadays, so their overheads are lesser. It's interesting to see, though, on the scale of things. Here's your interesting stat. If you're an Xbox owner, of that 40 billion profit, you're only the 5 billion of it. Now, that sounds like a lot, but remember, they spent a fortune on acquiring things like Activision, Blizzard, and other and Bethesda and all this kind of stuff. That purchasing's going to have to stop shortly because unless they're banking it all, which they are banking a good chunk of it and hiding it away in a number of countries. That's the reason why they bought a Minecraft for 2.5 billion. They had money in Europe they needed to get rid of, so they didn't get taxed on it. So they basically sold it. That's the rumor anyway. It's not necessarily true. But yeah, they had Notch sticks in that thing saying I would only sell my company for 2.5 billion. Microsoft say, yeah, all right, here you go. I mean, to be fair, what do you think the franchise of Minecraft's worth nowadays? I think 2.5 billion is probably a bargain for a franchise of Minecraft's stature. It has a potential for franchising and sort of not franchising, but merchandising that it is just sort of surpassed nowadays. He used the Star Wars of the 20s, of the 2000s. Back in the day, Star Wars was the franchising, merchandising rights. Wow, that was good of you. Thank you very much. Don't know if there's space for another one. Let's go see if we can find Match Day on a PlayZX though. But the merchandising back in the day, I mean, that was one of George Lucas's greatest accomplishments. Was choosing to take less money but merchandising. I mean, he was a master of that. He managed to, well, he made a fortune from it, and he ultimately made $4 billion when he sold it to Disney. Right, let's find Match Day. No, it wasn't Match Day. It's Match Point, wasn't it? Point. Match Point. Yes, Sinclair Research. Go for it. Yeah, he was absolute master of that. He did so well with the whole merchandising element of it all. Brilliantly well done. And that's, I mean, to be fair, let's be honest, Microsoft should do the same with Minecraft. To some extent, they should stay away, but they should set targets. Let the company run itself, which I think they are, and stay away from the whole thing. So let it keep running. Say to it, we need to merchandise the hell out of this, and I think it has just worked quite well for them. I mean, no, I don't think anybody ties the two together. Nobody says, oh, it's Microsoft's. Apart from the fact that you have to log on to Microsoft now to get it to work on any blooming device. But hey, that was bound to happen. They want everybody in the same thing. They want everybody in the same cloud so they can watch your data and manage your computer, which is scary. Yeah, that is scary. I mean, I have a Windows PC and it's genuinely my Windows PC is genuinely for just recording my videos for my games. That's all I use it for. That's its whole purpose. It's like, what's my purpose? My purpose is to literally just be a games machine. I use to geek out a little bit here. I use Linux basically for my home PCs. Otherwise, just because nobody's spying on that one. Google's the same though with Chrome. They're spying with that, and I'm sure that Apple will say it's not telling people it's spying, but will be with everything you put on the machines. I mean, let's be honest. How else are they going to merchandise it? They need to know. They need market stats, and market stats come from reading what you're loading onto your computer. It's absolutely true. Cheating, but they know. They ask you at the beginning whether or not you want to send them metrics. And metric data. You know, do you wish to send Microsoft metric data? And you can say lesser or full. If you say full, they basically know everything you've installed on a machine. They might not know what you're doing on your machine just yet, because technically they shouldn't. I'm sure they can. But even with the lighter metrics, it's still quite a lot of information goes back. Of course, with the advent of our little friend, the artificial intelligence, they're going to want that more and more on your computer. They're wanting a new button on the keyboard called Copilot. If you've not seen this. So you've got a button on your keyboard. I still, to this day, don't understand why PC keyboards have got blooming Microsoft things on them. Why? I've got them on my poor Linux keyboard. It's got Microsoft things on them when they have no functionality whatsoever. I want a keyboard with not the Windows key on it, not the menu option. It's not up to Microsoft to define what keys are on the keyboard. Yeah, I know you've got the market share, and I should shut my mouth. But it is the truth, though, isn't it? If you open up your keyboard in your iPhone, you'll have iPhone type things. Open up the one in the sort of Android one that it doesn't have a Windows key on it, does it? Yeah, see my point? Put it on your phone, open it up, have a little look. Where's the Windows key? Not there. It's not going to be on an iPhone either. End of that beverage. First side of the tape. I knew it was going to take about an hour, roughly, to do. So we got the second side. So we've probably got another hour's worth of me chatting away to you, and in isolation in a room in the dark. So it's where I am. I'm in a room in the dark on my own, with the machines going in the background. It's fine. It's fine. I love it. I love it. I do like this Match Point, by the way. This is quite a good game. And as I say, I don't understand where. What happened to Scion? Are they still out there? Are they still doing anything? I'm going to Google them now. I'm going to find out. We should cheating here. But I wonder if Scion still exist. I bet they don't. I bet they got bought by somebody just because they'll have patents that are worth having. PLC. What happened to them? Headquarters in London. So British company by the looks of things. Design mobile things. Number of employees 900. Oh, do they still exist? They might still trade. When was it defunct? Acquired by Motorola in 2012. Oh, damn. And then Motorola, of course, was bought by Google. So Scion went in 2012. They lasted from 1980 for 44 years. They traded. Wow. Amazing. They had 900 employees at one point. And that's hilarious. So you go to the website, that's Scion.com. It's been purchased by Zebra, who make handheld computers and printers. That's what they do. Wow. What a weird thing. Isn't that weird? Zebra printers. I know Zebra. I've used them before. They're kind of industrial sort of strength things. Let's see. Have we got... Can I use the cursor keys? No, space. Space to select. Let's do an exhibit match. Then, using the 0 key. There. One player. Enter. That's me. Computer's name. Let's call him Fred. Oh, look, I can use my Sinclair joystick. So I'm using my Sinclair joystick. Why is he not firing that, though? Yeah. He's not doing it. Oh, hang on. Who am I? I'm the one at the top. So which one's he? Am I the one at the bottom as well? Is this a two-player game? Did I choose two-player by mistake? I thought it said computer. Or maybe I've pushed a button to not make it computer. Or is it playing by... Hang on. That's weird. Alright, this is weird. So I can serve. I've got the keys. But I'm moving the character at the top as well as the one at the bottom. Doesn't make sense. It is me, by the way. Hang on, don't understand. There we go, hit it back, actually scored. A little boy, ball boy. Quite good, the graphics on it, actually, though. Who's the... I don't understand. I'm saying I don't understand a lot. Got buttons pressing. It's gone out. Am I winning this? Out. Advantage me. Oh, he's got 40 points. Advantage Fred. Fred's definitely serving by himself now. I'm not doing anything with him. He's actually moving by himself. Yay! Shot from me. Oh. Oh, he's got a shot. Like a bit of tennis. That's not a bad version of it, to be honest with you. I'm gonna give that credit for being not a bad version of tennis. It's not a bad version at all. I'm surprised Google haven't held on to Scion.com. Mind you, I suppose they don't care realistically. Considering they bought Motorola. Isn't it a funny one? Here's a scenario. So, patents, I've mentioned these before, but Google is quite a young company, so when it came to court action, it didn't hold the patents for things that, like, Motorola did, or other companies when it came to things. So, especially to do with mobile phones and other things. So, when it had to go to court against Apple and challenge various patents and things, it was a young company that struggled with those things. So, what it did is it bought other companies. This is empty now, I think. It bought companies which held patents. So basically, it bought Motorola for its patents, and of course, some of its technology to do with making phones and whatever else it is. That's why you don't get the Motorola brand's pretty much dead now or defunct. Motorola being the same, bought companies for... That's the end of the tape. We'll swap it over. Let's press the play button. Motorola bought other companies for their patents as well. Company from the 80s gave them handheld mobile devices and other things. It's a massive cheat. I mean... Oh, got music. We got music. We got Ghosts from the Past. Ghost time. Hang on. Let's move that out the way. Let's get the other player on. Let's get the ghosts on here. We need some ghosts. So yeah, clever move from Google. How do we get the patents we need? Well, we buy them. I think they sold the brand though of Motorola eventually, just as a sort of a way. They didn't need it. They didn't need the brand, but they did want all the bits that went with it. So they kept all that and flogged the brand. Not sure who that is. Let's see if we can find some. Let's try and find some data. No idea who that is. '70s. We can watch the good old days go by. No idea. No idea. Gotta be careful with these things because they can sometimes catch me out, and then I get into trouble with them. Hang on, let's see if we can do this one. Feels like that was recorded off the radio, that one. I know there's some Spectrum stuff on here because I did actually hear it earlier. Are we Spectrum? Yes! That's amazing. I love a bit of history, a little bit of strange stuff from it. Did you recognise any tunes? I had literally none of those were ones that I knew. Sorry, I'm talking at a slightly different angle. Oh, I knew none of those, not a single one of those tunes. So if you did, let me know in the comments below. Definitely wasn't punk. That was the end of that tune. There we go. Got some Spectrum noises now. Let's have some specky noises. Yay! Few songs and some specky noises. Chess. Scion chess, probably. Isn't it funny? Because of course your mobile listens to you all the time. You probably realise that, but you sign up to it in the terms and conditions that allows it to listen to you. So when you go on your social media apps, and remember they aren't news, the social media apps, you find that there is things there. So you go onto YouTube, and all of a sudden you're getting bombarded with chess videos. You know, videos on chess. You probably get them after watching this. They'll be like, oh, he likes chess. He's watching a video on chess. But in fairness, what I got was there seems to be rankings in chess, which makes sense to me. And then there's like top rankings, obviously Grandmaster in chess, which makes a lot of sense to me as well. But the one of the things that was in the popped up on my YouTube thing is a lady who plays chess, and she sort of plays, you know, all these sort of street hustlers. But it happens that she's also a grandmaster, so they play at speed, and she's basically murdering these people on the street, the sort of whatever else is. And they asked this chap after she murdered him about less than 10 minutes what ranking he thought she was, and he went a certain level. I can't remember what he was said, and then she went, no, she's grandmaster. And he said, that explains it. Because he got absolutely stuffed, you know. So I actually find that quite interesting. That I don't know if anybody else in the UK does that. You know, in the US, it's you see it sometimes. Whenever they portray New York City, they sometimes portray these sort of like shared sort of chess areas where people can go play chess. I never even thought of it as being a thing. I remember sort of logically, it's one of these things you learn if you do computery type things, as I do. They kind of force you down this weird and wonderful route of that's the first thing that's loaded off this tape, by the way. Colour setup, P to play. I want to be white so I can go first. 0 because I'm rubbish. It's been years. Funny enough, though, I say I'm rubbish. I used to play, as part of, which is the king, which is queen, left hand side queen. So I used to play as part of a chess sort of, clubs and things like that, because of course that, if you do computery things, clearly this logical game of whatever else is the way to go. See, that's actually a more pro move he's just made there. 1, 2, F3. So yeah. I mean, Master Chess. Maybe Master Chess is that level. It's the really hard level. Don't know. F 3 2 H4. E2 to E3. Let him take a place here. Oh, I've got to move my my knight now to F5. Yeah, we'll stay there. We'll move D4 to E5. I'll have to move his... I'll have his knight, thank you, next. E5 to F6, thank you. I'll have that. Oh, check. Thank you. So what we do is you do C2 to C3. There you go. That's fine. And then B2 to B4. Whatever you want to do, it's fine by me. Anyway, chess. It's chess, people. Sorry, I was thinking there too hard. It's definitely chess. Sorry, I'm definitely chess. It's exciting, thrilling, marvellous. Anyway, chess is chess. Game from Scion as well. They did, of course. There's lots of the copies out there. Chessmaster. The Sinclair brand was. Do you know, it was so strong. It was a strong brand. I think it just at the end of the day, it was just a bit of management, worrying management behaviour. I think at the end of the day. Oh, is this Cosmic Kanga? This is a game I have, but I've never played. Quite excited to see this one. Not sure what it's about, but it's kangaroos in space. You can't go wrong with a bit of Cosmic Kanga. Let's see if I can find it on the Play ZX. Especially it's such a long tape. And you're still here. You're still enjoying it. So I'm glad you're still here. Nice to see you all. I hope you've got a lovely... whatever remains of your weekend, I hope it's lovely. If it's a weekday you're watching this on, then, I hope you've got you've enjoyed the spare time to sort of play it. How do we spell Cosmic? Cosmic Kanga from Micromega. Oh, sorry, Micromania. Sorry, misreading it there. Micromania. Yeah, it's a game I have. It's a game I have not played. So this will be an interesting new one for me. See, I did say new things do turn up occasionally. We've definitely got some different stuff that does turn up on occasions. It's quite nice when it's different. We like different. I like the fact they're different. What always surprises me though is how few budget titles were made as special copies. But at the same time, they were budget titles, were dirt cheap, weren't they? But there's some classics out there that I never we see, but I kind of almost expect to be there, like that Green Beret. I mean, Green Beret is an amazing game on the Spectrum, but you don't see it enough on the on What's on the Tape. It doesn't appear as often as you you would think it would. Yup. Sorry about that. Micromania. There we go. Kangaroo with a jetpack, with money and phones. It can't be better than that. And it's 1984. Do I feel like I've played this? No, I'm pretty convinced this has not appeared on What's on the Tape before. This is a first. It's a premiere. Tell you what, I was looking at the other day. It was like the Cult brand. There's a lot of Spectrum games amongst that, more than I thought there would be. Lot of them out there, surprisingly. Did make me, you know, to sort of, you know, I didn't realise there was so many, and they were all like football sort of gamages that you can use, and that's nice English there. But you know what I mean. It's lots of sort of football-y type ones that were out there. Yep, tons and tons of them. Anyway, lots of great stuff. To be fair, I've ordered quite a few nice things recently. I've ordered quite a few nice sort of bits and pieces. Thing is that I'm getting to that stage now in my collection that things are starting to be quite expensive. I'm sure that you all can kind of feel that one realistically. The ones that you kind of are interested in, the ones which are slightly different, the ones that you don't see very often, they're all becoming quite, you know, not quite as cheap as they were. It's sort of not you know, semi-expensive sort of stuff. The things that you would expect them to be cheaper, but they aren't quite. You know, that's kind of where we're at with things. Do you know what I'm looking forward to though? I know that the 3DS has become is no longer a thing. It's no longer a console that Nintendo is kind of looking after. That I'm kind of looking forward to the sort of crashing prices on it. I don't think it's going to happen though. But I'm looking forward to the crashing prices, so when people are like, "Oh, I'm less interested in that. I don't really need 3DS games," and I'm hoping that they come down quite significantly. I haven't seen it yet, but it is possible. It definitely a thing that might happen. That and you know, the DS games themselves are quite like those. They were very nice sort of things that there were. I just like the DS. I think it was a great idea. It's like a fancy little 3D console that came out at the time. It was just perfectly timed. 2005, I think, 2004, 2005. The things came out. They were very strangely stylized at the time. Do you remember them? They were kind of a funny shape, very very Nintendo, if that makes sense. And then they sort of turned them into a little flat box that just opens up. It's very nice. Same with the eventually with the 3DS. I always thought the 2DS was a very strange thing, though. The fact that it was flat without the 3D ability on it, but it was a flat thing. It wasn't even, but it wasn't like a tablet. They just made this weird thing with stuck things on the edge of it. Right, okay. Cosmic Kanga. Can I define the keys? I can't, but I can use the interface 4. So we'll try that. And then press enter to start. These are deadly. Right, okay. Deadly. Points. So I'm into drinking and going on holiday. Oh, I can shoot. Right, okay, bounce. Oh, jump. So I can sort of hold him to sort of jump. See where it's jumping? You can kind of hold him down, make him stay down by pushing down on the joystick. Pushing up allows him to jump higher. He can shoot, which is with his, which is good. I can shoot the planes down. Bombs are bad. I should have realised that. It's alright, actually. It's continually moving, so because of course as a kangaroo he has the inability to stop or anywhere. This is definitely the first time for Cosmic Kanga. I think Kanga's going on holiday. You know, I think this is the issue. He's going on his hollybobs, and he needs his suitcase. He needs some alcohol. He needs a handbag, and he needs obviously a camera. Or is that another bag of specialised goods that he has there? There's the handbag. Got up here. Oh, sugar! The movement is quite difficult to manage. It's not bad actually. I've jumped on a bomb. I just knew that was going to happen. Struggling with this first level though. It's all right actually. I'm quite surprised. It's not an uncommon game. I've seen it a few times. It's not uncommon. It's certainly out there. You can definitely get this fairly simply if you're looking for it. I'm sure you can emulate it as well if you really wanted to. That's rubbish with that jump there. I think if you're not going forward when you're doing that, you're in trouble. Yeah, it's not a bad game. Damn, I knew that was going to happen. It's quite hard to manoeuvre, though. It is quite a hard game to manoeuvre, that one, actually. Dominic Wood. There we go. Dominic Wood. And his Cosmic Kanga. Quite an interesting one. I've definitely got a copy of it. The reason I got it is I think the cover struck me. It was like a kangaroo, and it's called Cosmic Kanga. It sounds awesome. Yeah, new one on me, that one. Definitely new one. Don't got very far there, though. Did we? We didn't get very far. Let's see what we can find on the end of this tape. I think we've got. I think we got. Oh, there was a boop there. Silence. Probably some more 70s hit tunes. Diana Ross. Doubtful. Not Diana Ross. Maybe not Diana Ross. That's gone very silent all of a sudden there. There's definitely more data on here. I know there is. Very silent. Me checking the tape there, see if there's anything else there. There's definitely stuff on here. There is definitely stuffage on here. There's further stuffage. It's coming. I know it is. You just brace yourselves. Are you braced? Just hold your breath until I find something. It might be next week. Don't worry about it. Don't hold your breath until next week. It's very bad. Where are we in the tape? We're barely anywhere, and there's nothing there. Come on. I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that for a second. Right, pop it in the other tape drive and we'll give it a try. Tape head doesn't look like it's moving. It should be, but it's not. My wife's just going, woo! Oh, it's moving. It's definitely moving. Its tape head's moving. I think it's moving. Oh, it's just one of these times where I've lost my tape deck's just gone pop. Sod's law. Let's keep trying. Let's see what else is on this tape. Let's see what we've got. Let's push the play button. Let's see what we've got. Oh, there is stuff. Ah, right, okay. Blooming tape deck. I'll check that later. But sod's law, it's gone pop. Let's go find out if there's anything on here. There we go. We've got space now. Hopefully we've got something. There we go. Beautiful. That's what we like. That's Cosmic Kanga. We've done that one. We don't want to do that again. Let's cancel that. There we go. New. Load it. Right. Fast forward this. I rewind too far there, didn't I? Rewound too far. Too far. Going too far. Come on, Cosmic Kanga. Here we go. What we got? Starship Troopers, the Spectrum version. It's based on a book, that, though, isn't it? Stop the tape. I have stopped the tape. Silversoft's Starship Enterprise. I want the keyboard version. 1. Start the tape. Starship Enterprise. I have seen this. It is obviously it's a variation on Star Trek. I don't know how best to describe this. You fly around the space sectors as the Enterprise, blowing stuff up, because it is Star Trek, which is kind of cool. But at the same time, it's yeah, it's Star Trek basically. What's the other one that was the Vegan Invaders, something like that? Vegan Invaders. They came and they brought lettuce, so they had to be blown out the sky because they didn't like bacon sarnies. You know, everybody loves a bacon sarnie. Bacon sarnies are best. I don't think I've ever had vegan bacon though. I'm assuming it doesn't taste like bacon. But what's the point in calling it bacon? I never understand that though. It's like if you ever have a little look at sort of the vegetarian section, they'll be like they're not chicken burgers, but they're meant to be chicken burgers, or there's chicken slices and they're not chicken slices, and you go, well, all right, why can't you just have like all vegetarian food and just call it vegetarian food? I mean, you know, if your corn's corn, you know, which is your meat substitute, it's protein. Why don't you just call it I don't know what to call it, but call it something else instead of I don't know, not meat substitute, but protein. I don't something. Do you know what I mean? I'm not smart enough. I'm not a marketing guru here, but it just makes sense not to call it like chicken nuggets when it's not chicken nuggets. Chicken flavored nuggets. I mean, the thing is as well. Why are you making it taste like chicken or bacon? Doesn't make sense, does it? Absolutely no sense whatsoever. You genuinely take a break on that one. Just tell me why that makes any sense. It makes no sense at all. Why would you call it chicken nuggets when it's not chicken? This tape deck's actually had it, I think. Yeah, fast forwards. I don't understand that. It doesn't rewind anymore though. Fast forwards because of the whatever else is. I think I need a new tape deck. I think I've got one actually. Funnily enough, I've got one somewhere, so it's probably gonna have to go in. Anyway, where were we? What we're gonna do here? We're gonna find the space thing. Let's just do that. So just pop it in there. Space one to begin with. Right. Okay. Pressing the play button there. Let's try. Let's find that one. Star Trek, wasn't it, or Enterprise? I don't know if it'll appear on here, but we'll give it a try on PlayZX. Right. Yes or no? Saying push the keyboard. Star Trek. Star Trek Enterprise. Is it Star Trek Enterprise? Shall we see if the word enterprise works? That's not the what we're thinking of. Was it Star Trek? It was Star Trek, wasn't it? Delete. List. Silversoft, 1983. Yeah, right, okay. And it's Star Trek as a one. I'm looking for Star Trek here currently. Star Trek. There's actually a Star Trek The Next Generation from 1997. Wow, really? I wonder if I can search for Silversoft. No. You'd think that would be a thing. Database. Yes. Maybe it's just called Enterprise. I don't know. I'm looking through it here. I'm scrolling through database after database after database. I'm just Sid Spanners. Sid Spanners 2, 3, 4. What the hell? 2010 by Digital Porn. That's a dodgy name, that one. I don't know whether I should load this or not. Let's just give it a go. While we're at it, might as well. There we go. Drive's working now, by the way. Do you know what I'd done? I'd knocked the pause button when I was doing stuff. I should shoot myself. Push pause on the corner of it. Right, I'm gonna load this because I couldn't get the Starship one to work, but this one is loading. I'm a little bit worried about this. This could be a mistake. I may have to blank all this out to this particular section. Sid Spanners 1 to 4. And from 2010. Oh, wow. Oh, it's Bifrost. So, Bifrost is is a very clever driver that allows graphical, sort of amazing graphics on the Spectrum. This is going to be interesting to see. So, yeah, wow. Okay. Sid Spanners. This is. It's a bit worrying. This could be rude. You may have to look away. Yeah, brace yourselves. You're all big boys and girls, if there is any girls. I think it was a lady watched the other week. I think a lady called Kerry. I think she watched the other week. I can't remember her last name on the thing, but anyway, I think she watched last week. So you all behave yourselves in the comments, all right? You're all gentlemen here. Anyway, Sid Bifrost. This is the Nirvana engine, I think it's called. I'm trying to remember all the details of it. This is the one that goes with. There's one game called Sunburst or something similar. There's quite a few games that have been created with it. It's quite an impressive piece of kit, if it is what I'm thinking it is. I'm hoping it is. Maybe a demo of it, but I'm a little bit more concerned about what we're actually going to get when we open this up. It's a shame we didn't get the Star Trek Enterprise one there, though, because I do like a bit of Star Trek. I love a bit of Star Trek. I'm one of these people who likes. I like it if it's sci-fi and it's good. I'm not going to pick sides here. I'm not going to go Star Wars is better. I'm not going to say Star Trek's better. I don't pick sides because I like them all. I even like Babylon 5, and I've sat and watched all of that through that. However, I don't think I like the last two series. When they lost, what's she called? Claudia Christian, who played what's the name of that? She was a Russian, wasn't she? Oh, Nirvana or something like that? Nirvana? Anyway, whatever her name was, she was in it. But when they lost her from it, wasn't cause I don't think it's because she was lost from it. I just think that the story writing went a little bit weird after that, to the end of it. I think we wanted more from after the Shadow Wars. Sid Spanners. Right, okay, digital porn. Collect the nuts. Collect all the nuts and get to the exit. Avoid the Guardians. Left, right. Q is jump. There I am. Oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. That's alright, actually. It's not even... And it's not the Nirvana engine, that's a damn sure. Bodoink. Bodoink. You got to time that right. Otherwise you're going to get hit. Very influenced by a certain other game. Oh, God. I'm going to go with influenced by Manic Miner. Oh! You missed that. Tell you what, though, there's a cheaty way through there, like that. You don't have to do... You don't have to go the hard way. Yeah, you don't have to go the hard way. Don't go the hard way. Go this way. Go this way. Don't jump off the edge. You can't control his drop. He just goes for it. No, big jumps. Don't mind his big jumps, really, but... There we go. And... Big jump. And then fall into your exit. There you go. Pie in the ointment. It says pie on the screen, look. There we go. There we go. Actually, alright. It's called Sid Spanners. By Digital Pawn, and there's no porn in it. It's like porn in chess. That's how the porn it is. I wonder what they wrote it in. Maybe buy is related to the product they wrote it in, maybe. Alright, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to climb up this. I wonder if I can just walk off the top onto that. Yes, I could. Excellent. A huge spanner. We're just calling Sid a spanner. Because that's what he is. He's a spanner. There we go. Jumping all the way up. Alright, actually, this. No! Damn you, Sid. Game over. Actually, it was alright, that. It was alright indeed. I liked it. It was good. Right, carry on. Carry on. Let's see what else is on this tape. It's not. We weren't going to get Starship, whatever else it was, but that's all right. Sid Spanners, Digital Pawn. No idea who they are, but 2010 that one. Anyway, nice as I said before, to quite frequently to get something different. Let's have a little look, see what else is on this tape. We've had lots, to be honest with you. I'm quite pleased with this. There's a boot, by the way. I think that's why it broke, because somebody's like overwritten us. Ah. We need a load code. Load code. There we go. Got a load code in here. Keeping you busy today. I'm keeping you busy today. You just if you're listening on the rather than watching, I think some people just listen rather than watching, getting the general gist of what's coming up in here. Star C. Oh, this must be part of that other game. There was definitely a boop there, though. Well, if this loads, we'll find out. It'll be interesting to see what happens. This might just be the code for it. It'll be interesting to see if anything actually happens. Yeah, I think some people just listen, to be honest with you, while they're doing other things, which I don't blame them. Just look over occasionally and see what's on the screen. I suppose that's all you need to do, realistically. Have a little look. I think some people skip through as well. Some people skip through. Probably the boring, quiet bits where I don't do any talking, which, of course, is never... Because that never happens, ever. You know, what was that? What was the epic one that I watched? Was it like 3 and a bit hours? It was like 3 and a bit hours. Yeah, that's doing what I thought it was doing, which is a little bit of, it's doing nothing. Something appeared on the screen, nothing happened. Right, okay, let's do the load it. Sneezing now. Right. So what was I saying? So that was that epic one, wasn't it? I did. It was like 3 hours long. It was massive. Super Chess. That's definitely a load code. I think this one was released by Arctic. I think this is an Arctic release, this one. Is it the one with speech in it? I'm not sure. There was one with speech in it. There was one where it literally spoke the moves as you did it. So it'd be like H6 to ZX Spectrum 4. You know, that kind of stuff. So I think that was yeah, I think this is Arctic though with this one. And everybody had a chess game. It was so weird, wasn't it? Because there was a big rush to convert board games that we'd all loved so much to Spectrum games. You know, ones that were convertible, from Reversi, stroke Othello to chess to things like Connect 4. Anything that was convertible to the computer was dumb. And I don't blame them. I mean, it made life a little bit easier, didn't it? I mean, I was looking at a copy of Hero Quest the other day, the modern day one, and it comes with an app now, so that you don't have to have a friend to play with. You can play on your own, and the app plays the Dungeon Master. It feels kind of sad, that, to be honest with you. You know, you don't have to have any friends around. You just got to play with your friend on the app. It's a tad sad, isn't it? It really is. But yeah, there's an app so you can play your own now. That's really weird, but at the same time, I guess that's the way things are going, aren't they? But yeah, this is the conversion of board games into the whole thing. So, no, great. I mean, the thing is, it took a lot of the math out of it for you. So as much as I love the loading, I don't mind. I don't want to sit and do the math, but at the same time, I used to be a DM, a dungeon master, for a group of friends. We used to use the college library. This is our 16, 17, 18-year-olds. We were the nerds, you know. We were the ones, and we used to. I want to play. I'll be white. Level 0. You're white, right? Okay, let's do what the computer did before. G1 to G1 to F3. There you go. So it's chess, you know, and then the computer does its thing. We do D2 to D4. It's basically the same game we were playing before, you know. So just chess again, like we were. It's fine. It's just brilliant. But I say, I used to do the DM stuff. I used to do the. Can we break it? If you press the brake, you break it properly. Yeah, I used to do that kind of stuff. But we used to play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is really good because you can mutate your own character yourself. Whatever animal you wanted, you could mutate it. Pretty much. There was a guide to it. We used to play Shadowrun. Oh, Time Bomb! We had this the other week. Brilliant. Shadowrun. I had the additional grimoires and other things. I mean, but remember, this is done without boards. It's all about, most people had with character sheets that they had with it, with the characters. Recon, which was based on the Vietnam War, sort of military platoons and stuff like that. And we used to have teams that went out. We had some great times. You know, it was imagination that was involved, and rolling a bit of dice, and that interaction was really, really, really fun. Everybody had a great time because the best dungeon masters, or the best kind of fun players, the people who can imagine and go outside the box. I used to, things would go wrong sometimes and wouldn't follow the course of the usual mission, and instead of attempting to do anything else, I would actually learn that would alter the game as it went along to match it. It was really good. Right. Oh, that's right. You've got to get to the bomb, haven't I? Hang on. I thought you just meant to get to the bomb on it. That's it. Got to the bomb. You got to press fire on it, haven't you? That's right. Get the bomb. Right. Okay. Remember this now. Let's do it again. Press any key. We like this one. Second time it's appeared, actually. It's quite cool. 2 more bombs to go. There we go, got it. 5 bombs. Can we get to this one? Too difficult to get to. Screen 1. You can only walk where the blue is, basically. Yeah, okay. Right, where are we going? We're going right next to me. No, missed it. Rubbish. It's really good, this game, though. There's a real challenge involved in this. I like it for its madness. It's just a crazy game. You've got to get to the bombs. You can go out the other side of the screen if you need to. There's no way to get to that one because I can't cross the blank spaces. I'm done. It's really good. I have to admit, I really like that one. That one's really grabbed my fancy, that one. It's a CDS game. It's got a crappy looking arty cover, but actually on the scale of things, game-wise, it's really, really good. I'm assuming this is part of Kenneth's collection, by the way, because I think Kenneth commented last week on the game itself, so I think it's part of his collection. I think, Kenneth, am I right? It's there. You can say hello. This will be Slippery Frog or something similar, which is or Snake or something. So I can't remember exactly. But that one's really grabbed me. That was awesome. What's everybody got for dinner tonight? I've got. I think tonight I'm going to look at. I've got some nice steaks. It's been a while since I've had a steak, so I've got some nice steaks. So some steaks with a. I fancy. I'll be honest. I fancy a bit of mash with it. You know. Sometimes you can have chips. You know. I like chips. Chips are nice, but a bit of mash with some gravy in it. Lovely. I suppose if you're further south, you probably have liquor in it, but here up north, bit of gravy in it, onion gravy in it, beautiful, and some bit of vegetarian stuff on the edge of it. You know, something simple like some sweet corn or something similar, or a bit of veg. Slippery Sid. That was the words I was looking for. Press any key to begin. Level 1. What are my keys? Can't remember. That's it. I've got to basically eat the frogs. What's the keys? Game over, yeah. Got it. You got to eat the frogs, which are the green things. So we're the snake, we're eating the frogs. And you can't eat the poisonous ones, and you can't eat your own tail, of course, because eating yourself is a bad thing. And of course you get longer because it's usual sort of snake game. And you got to avoid the poisonous ones, and you do it, and there we go. Sheet number 2. Yes, sheet number 2. Slightly different, more difficult. Slightly different, more difficult. Pretty straightforward, fun game. Quite enjoyable. Does what it's meant to do. Works quite well. It's old Snake on the Nokia type thing, but with a different snake. Go this way. Yes. Played this one before. A fun game. Didn't touch a thing there. He just turned randomly by himself. Oh, does that make it shorter? No, it made me longer. Don't understand that one. I turned on myself again there. I don't know why. Don't think I'm leaning on E-keys. Anyway, pretty good. Steve Godwin. Nice, sort of nice, simple, entertaining arcade game. Another Silversoft release. Not the best of covers again on that one, unfortunately. Not the Enterprise one's better, but not the best of covers on that one. Let's see what else we've got on this. Have we got anything else? Come on, Mystic Meg. Do you remember her on the lottery? Bloody hell. Tell you what, they didn't have milk that back in the end of the 90s, wasn't it? It was the end of the 90s. You remember when we didn't have a lottery before that? Blimey heck. They actually had a TV show about it. It was like an hour long before they pulled out the bloody balls. But he's like, get the balls out. No, we need more of we need more Radio 1 DJs and Mystic Meg on it. Mystic Tower, never heard of it. Not a game I've heard of. I'm assuming that's the graphics. Maybe. Characters. Okay, fine. I've stopped the tape. Mystic Tower by Aardvark Software of Hartlepool. Compatible with current speech. You are an intrepid adventurer who has been sent to the perilous quest by a kind, wise druid. He doesn't sound kind or wise, sending you on a perilous journey. This druid has taught you 2 useful spells that help you out of the mystic. I've played this one before, I think. To find the mystic stick. It's guarded by the Vim. Very powerful, especially a dragon of sorts. Rising armies and over. Can you find that? We've played this one before. So north, south, east, west. K to kick a door open, O to open the chest, R to rest, 1 to 9 to cast your spells, Z, I'm never going to remember all those. Yeah, I've definitely played this one before, I think. I recognise the graphics. Yeah, strength, dexterity, psychic powers, opening doors. No. Start the tape. And we can load the Mystic Tower. This is a game I think I want. I've never seen. It's one of those games that I think I want this one because I think it's got lovely D&D vibes. It's been knocking around for years. I definitely think this is one that's worth investing some time in. Yeah, definitely think this is worth investing some time in. It's a bit like is it the Oracle's Cave? The Oracle's Cave is another one that I'd like to spend more time on, and I just haven't. I'd like to revisit it and spend some time pushing buttons and see if I can do it. These are the ones that I need to do individually when I'm doing sort of a recording session, which is, of course, coming up in a couple of weeks' time. So a couple of weeks for you, and then I have a couple of weeks off, and then we're back at it. We're going to got some options for that whole thing. Loading level 1. This is going to have a multi-loader? Really? Oh, there we go. Want to buy your weapons. I would like... How much money have I got? I would like a mace. 1. That's yours. And I would like some leather. For no other reason than I would love a mace and some leather. Right. Enter the Mystic Tower 2. East. Oh yeah, we have played this one before. I do want this one. Yeah, this is cool. Look, the door's got a skull on it as the door. Let's press K to kick the door. Yes, we kick the door. This is a cool game. This is, without a doubt, right, this is a cool game. It looks slow, but it's cool. I promise you. Oh, to open it. Break it. Yes. Exploding chest. You find a mystic chain. Take it. I need chained up. That's what it is. I need chained up. It's extremely slow, but there's something about it. It's got something here. It's definitely got something. It is a game that deserves a little bit of respect. I think this is a game that has potential. It's all very slow loading. Yeah, it's a whole program. Look at this. He says scrolling nothing. But the point is, it's got potential, this one. It really does. That really has. I really like the look of that one because it's got such potential. It's one of those ones that we played it before. Really like a copy of it. Can't find it anywhere. Level 2. No, don't want level 2. I don't know how many levels there are. I'm assuming he changed his graphics with each one of these. There's a boop there, so it might be on something new. No, that's not happening. We're getting close. That's sounding bad. No. Let's see if we can get to anything else. See if there's anything left before the end of this episode. See if we can see if there's anything tasty. Just where are we at with the tape? I'm looking at it now. Oh, I think that was it. Is it it? Is the question? I think it's there. We have, like, a scrap of tape left. Is there space for anything else? I don't know. Mystic Tower, though. Definitely one that I want to find. I definitely need to find that. And that's it. It's over. It was an epic. It was a longer episode. It wasn't quite the 3.5 hours that I did last time round when I did it. Was it 3 hours and 40 minutes or something stupid like that? It was a monster one. That was just for you to have a good time with. And me too. Anyway, that was really good fun. I enjoyed that. It was nice to hear a bit of music for a change. Some definite things. Cosmic Kanga, of course, turning up there, something different. And, of course, the last one there, which is Mystic Tower, which is one that I really need. And you all need too, but it's dreadfully slow with the basic. But other than that, it's perfect. I've been your host anyway. Real Genetic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Or do anything else you like with it. Just put the link somewhere. Just randomly. Just post it anywhere. Anyway, I'll see you next week for the result of the choice, your choice from Volume 1, and then I'll be a couple of weeks off. But I'll see you soon. All right. Bye bye.